Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Best Bellator win so far for you?
For sure.
So I spoke to your cousin earlier today, to Josh, right?
Nice, yeah.
And he was asking about the fight, and I said, look, man, I really feel like this is one he needs to just go out there and just, like, waste a guy and prove a point. And did you kind of have that attitude coming into this?
Yeah, I mean, I just switched camps. I'm at Fortis MMA in Dallas, Texas. And, I feel like I'm just kind of rejuvenated. I'm not taking anything from AK. AK gave me so much and a lot of experiences, and I got to learn from a lot of high-level guys. But for me, man, I felt like I needed a change. I felt like I was kind of stagnant, and not because of the training, just because everyday life. And, I went to SAFE at Fortis and started training with a lot of those guys and started learning different things. And I feel like that's something you guys got to see tonight. And, I mean, this is just the beginning. I took that fight with just about 5 months training there, and every day I felt like I was getting a lot better. Every day I felt like I was learning a lot. I have some of the best training partners in the world now with Ramiz and Jeff and Alex Morono, and I'm just blessed, man. I'm happy I got to come out here and do what I did.
How much of the move had to do with at least being closer to Oklahoma rather than a couple-hour flight?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I've been a family man my whole life. Family means more to me than anything, and I get really passionate when I talk about my family. I've had nothing but just positive role models in my life, and that's something that I needed to get back to. And my daughter lived in Texas, so I was doing the back and forth for 3 years, and that's not something that my father taught me. That's not something how I was raised, and I feel like it was getting to me, like mentally. I wasn't able to focus on what I needed to focus on. So now that I'm there, and like I said, man, I'm surrounded by so many good guys there, and now I get to spend time with my daughter every day, and that's something that's important to me.
At the time, was she young enough where she didn't quite realize that Daddy was gone all the time yet?
Yeah, but I always said, man, maybe she didn't know, but I knew, and that's something that weighed heavy on my heart. And, I lost a relationship because of it, and I spent a lot of time out there. I spent 5.5 years of my life. When you start getting to your late 20s and early 30s, I feel like it's time to kind of start getting yourself set up for what's next, and I'm very focused on fighting, but at the same time, I'm trying to focus on, how I'm going to build a life and how I'm going to have, a wife, more kids, and things like that. I'm an old soul, man, so.
Classic Oklahoma right there, right?
Born and raised.
Talk to me about the last one and how huge it was to be able to get one back. You had momentum before the Willis fight, and had that one gone your way and you add that one to tonight, I feel like suddenly you're looking at like card kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, for sure. That's my sixth. I think it's my sixth win in Bellator. I started in a high-level promotion at 4-0. A lot of these dudes don't even make changes and are into organizations like this until they're in their teens and fighting, like they're 19, 18, 16, whatever. So I started this pretty early. And but I'm somebody that, I work my ass off. I work hard every day. I don't just do camps. I don't just do one a day. I'm doing 2 or 3 a day every day. This is my job, and I take full responsibility in everything that I do. And I don't like to think about the past. I wrestled thousands of matches from the time I was in 6th grade to the time I graduated college. I lost. I lost multiple times, but I also won a shit ton. So me winning is something that's in my blood, and I'm going to continue to do. So as far as my fucking ass can go in that cage and scrap, I have a shot to win, and especially moving to Fortis MMA with the coaches I have now and the training partners. There's not going to be a lot of people that intimidate me.
Do you kind of look at this now as like a chapter 2? Like the AKA era was great, and it gave you some building blocks, and then this is kind of like, middle school to high school or high school to college, and now you're ready to
you could look at it like that. You could look at it like that. It's hard for me to say I closed a chapter on AK because I'm still friends with those guys. So it's just, like I said, man, I needed a change, and it wasn't to do with anything but personally. And, when I see myself in a nice home, with a wife and kids and all that good stuff. So it just didn't seem like I was going to be able to accomplish that living in San Jose, California. And not because of anything, but if you go look at the houses, they're all fucking $1 million. So
tough place to do it compared to Dallas.
Yeah, gas $7. You're living in a shithole. So not San Jose, just the house I was in.
Talk to me about what's next, because it feels like things can move a different direction when you get a finish like that compared to if it was just kind of a grind out decision.
I just feel like I want my respect. You know, like I've beat a lot of good dudes. I mean, if you go look at the records of the last 5-6 dudes I fought, I don't even think I'm in the teens in them all losing. You know, like they've all had great records. They're all have, you know, like that dude fought in the UFC, and the dude I beat from Sweden fought in the UFC, and then I fought a dude that was 9-0 with 9 knockouts. That the whole time I see him shaking his fucking hand and like praising him, and I'm sitting over here kind of like chopped liver. I fought at midnight, you know, and I'm 30 years old. I've been in the company for 4 years. I just feel like I get a little bit disrespected because of my background with the wrestling, but I hope they see it tonight. Now, if I put my fucking hands on you, you're going to go sleep too. So I just, like I said, added another element to my game, and now everyone should kind of be fucking paying attention. So
yeah, for sure. And then last one for me. Talk to me about that delay, because, I mean, I don't know. Like, is that what, like a 4-hour difference for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was here at 5, man. I fought at midnight.
Any temptation to just go back to the hotel? And
No. Man, if you were in the back room with us, I mean, it was super relaxed. I mean, honestly, I met these coaches 6 months ago. So, you know, we were in the back chopping it up about so many things that, you know, you're supposed to know about people and things that you can ask each other. And I look at it as now, you know, I got to be closer to my coaches and, you know, building a little bit more of a, I guess you would say a camaraderie. But yeah, man, I enjoyed it. You know, now when you win, you don't really give a shit about what happened today. So except that. Thank you.
I just have one. Carl Moore was in here a few minutes ago and told us that Bellator compensated him for having to fight after. Is that something you also got?
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
You're the first person that said that. Everyone loves this.
Not supposed to ask me that in front of everybody, and I got to pay more percentages.
Wait, it could have been like pizza or something. It didn't have to be money, right?
No, it has to be money. And maybe throw another 50 on top of that knockout. That'd be nice. Walking out of here with a lot of money.